Man, am I a happy and just freaking happy ass Hannah Montana / Miley Cyrus fan after today, man. It is official, the 20th anniversary of Miley Cyrus' celebration with Hannah Montana is March 24th, 2026. It's good, man. Feels good, man. The Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana fan I am myself. How much I love her and everything. And there's always two women I always love in this podcast. There's always pro love. There's pro Mercedes Moné and pro Miley Cyrus, man. Always love it, man, to say the least. Anyways, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode Lucas E. Allen 1018 on YouTube. And all audio platforms, Lucas E. Allen Show. Which is the latest episode of LimitsCenter for your Friday. Your Tuesday, February 27th of 2026. For into anything, follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Lucas C. Allen. I was a Stars on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Watching today's podcast on YouTube, hit the like button on today's podcast. Hit the subscribe button, you've done so already. Turn the bell for our post notifications up on this channel. And always leave a comment if you think of my episode for your Tuesday, February 17th of 2026 at LimitsCenter. Watch on Spotify, do the same thing, leave me a comment, and also a 5-star review, very nice as well to say at least. Yeah, I'm about to discuss a lot more Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus in the second channel, Lucas C. Allen to say at least. It's gonna feel so great, man. I can't wait for March 24th, man. It's next fucking month, man. Crazy, I know. Anyways, let's get started with today's podcast, your wrestling podcast. This is not a pop culture Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus podcast at all. Let's go first, your Monday Night Raw, February 16th, 2026 review, and a freaking not a great show at all. We're going to discuss that. Also, Rusev explains why he returned to WWE in 2025. Let's see Raw after WrestleMania 41. Discuss that. Let's go some Bianca Belair, the second favorite women's wrestler of all time right now, Bianca Belair. Undergoes surgery for a broken finger, obviously. We discussing that. Let's go some Liv Morgan, the final part of today's podcast. Discuss his online criticism as well. Discuss his on today's podcast. Glad you're joining me. He's always going to say it's your Tuesday. Episode LimitsCenter for your Tuesday, February 17th of 2026. On today's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Starting with, you guessed it, your Monday Night Raw, your Monday Night Snore. For Monday Night Raw, February 16th, 2026 review. This show was fucking not great at all. Starting with the Vision and an opening promo with the freaking Usos, as if anyone freaking cares with LA Knight involved. Oh joy, oh joy, oh joy. Starting off with the freaking one of the most worst factions I've ever seen, the Vision. And the Usos and LA Knight, it's a 6-man tag on going to give a flying fuck tag team match. Lovely, a Tony Khan special on Triple H television of WWE. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Let's start with, you guessed it, the Vision defeat LA Knight and the Usos to reign defend WWE World Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jey Uso. A big fat fucking sick. Oh man, what are we fucking? Do you care? I know I freaking know, man. How can I supposed to care for the Vision and against a combination of the Usos and LA Knight? For the fucking 50 fucking billionth time, man. Who freaking cares? This is WrestleMania season, bro. This is not even close. You didn't even know it, but those stories we've been getting on Raw and SmackDown. Well, this is just building towards at least a backlash build this build, honestly. Now it might be generous. This, but like to say this every freaking WrestleMania season. We're building like basically like it's backlash. The PLE after WrestleMania. Like, oh my god, man, this show, who cares? Who cares about this build? If you want to call it build, what's this even building to? I don't even fucking know, nor do I even want to fucking care, obviously. This shit is fucking ridiculous. A big fat C. Shall we move on? Shall we move on? So Asuka, and I love Deer, I'm not slamming her at all in this podcast, defeats Bayley, who tapped out to the freaking Asuka lock. Wait to treat Bayley there, WWE. And Natty to qualify for the 2026 Women's Elimination Chamber match. Just gets a C+. Trust me, I love Bayley. I love Asuka. I even like Natty quite a bit. What the fuck are we doing here with Bayley? tap out to the Asuka lock. Like, and just all of a sudden, just drop this, like, possessed persona she's been possessing with her hugger gimmick and the old school heel Bailey from 2020 and stuff like that, the role model gimmick. And now she's just back to her losing freaking ways here, the shit you don't care about. Like, what are we fucking doing here? Is she really leaving WWE? They were contracts at what? In June, maybe? I don't even fucking know, man. I don't even fucking know. I just feel so sorry for her. Like, when she's taking L after L after L. It's one of the greatest of all time, people. She had the greatest women's match of all time, her and Sasha Banks, my girl Mercedes, and actually take over Brooklyn. You would think Triple H, every time he took over the main roster, would treat Bayley like one of his girls like her and Mercedes. Nope, she's basically like even worse than what Vince McMahon did to Bayley. The fuck are we doing, Miss Pamela, bro? I absolutely hate what they're doing with her. She deserves 1,000,000,000 times fucking better when she gets in this fucking company. And this match did not help for her. She tapped out to an Asuka lock. Because Red gets to you semi-quickly here, too. That fucking terrible booking of Bayley, bro. He gets a C+, all because she want to protect Natty. And she's going to tap out eventually to Asuka or Natty, but it ends up being Asuka. It's a better person to tap out, to Bayley to tap out, but still. Why even put her in this position? You could have her in another qualifying match or next week's match with Io Sky and company. You couldn't put Kyrie in this position? No. Not saying you could do like Kyrie or not even just do these matches to begin with. Why do this shit, Triple H? You book yourself in a fucking corner of everybody. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Bayley's in this the only thing to take a freaking losing fall. That's freaking sad. And not great booking at all for Bayley, to say the least. Okay, match, give it a C+. Might be generous at that grade, too. Moving on to CM Punk, the reigning defending WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Hit the ring to discuss his upcoming defenses against Finn Balor at the Elimination Chamber in Chicago, Illinois. And Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Wait, man, what a way to spoil that freaking decision there. Unbelievable. At the Chamber. He said the office was not happy with him for jeopardizing the biggest WrestleMania main event ever. Look, by the way, let me just stop right there for a second. This company, every freaking year it comes to WrestleMania and the main events for whatever is involved, claims like the biggest main event ever. Like, how is this the biggest main event ever? I know it's Roman Reigns and CM Punk, I get that. It's a big money match, don't get me wrong. But it ain't the biggest WrestleMania main event ever. Not even close, bro. We've seen a combination of this last year with Seth Rollins involved. So how is this the biggest main event of all time? That's just W creative for you people, and then fucking there's Vince McMahon or even Triple H, obviously. Whatever, bro. It is what it is. Before Balor interrupted, and says stuff like that. McDonough and Dominic Mysterio, the reigning defending WWE Men's Intercontinental Champion, flanked their Judgment Day teammate who claimed that he was the best in the world because he learned his dojos from luchadors and he knew European catch wrestling. Punk disagreed and again asked for his chamber opponent, who he wants to be remembered as. Cole asked if he was waking something in him that had laid dormant for too long. This is an interesting promo to a point. Gave us a B. Time for best grade in the show, nonetheless. It's kind of sad for basically like stuff like this, but still. I kind of enjoy this promo this week. We're storytelling about the Judgment Day's downfall, obviously. And if Finn Balor turns on Dom, or Dom turns on Finn Balor, it remains to be seen what happens there. You're probably more likely getting like an interesting matchup, like maybe at SummerSlam this year. Potentially like Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio, even against like Liv and Finn Balor and Raquel Rodriguez. Whereas Roxanne Perez in the field, she's in job with an injury right now, so wait if I don't done she leads with that to say at least. That should be interesting to say at least, too, man. Definitely shall be interesting for sure. So gave us a B, not a bad promo whatsoever. Moving on to Penta, held defeats the new El Grande Americano. Who fucking gives a flying fuck for this shit? Because I know I don't. This is potentially an original El Grande Americano versus the new El Grande Americano at WrestleMania. Like, you freaking care. Like, come on, people. How can you freaking care about original El Grande Americano against a new El Grande Americano? Do this shit in AAA. That's all I'll give you, people. It should not be anywhere close to WrestleMania. I'm sorry. Who the fuck cares? For that to be on Wrestle freaking Mania. Or fucking Mania, what do you want to name it? And this gets a big fat C. Who cares about this match in general? And the answer is nobody. Nobody cares. At least I fucking don't. If you TV people care, you WWE Freako fan base, good for you. I just don't care. A big fat fucking C. I love Penta. Don't care for this all Grande Americano duo bullshit, obviously. It's Chad Gable against Ludwig Kaiser. It's just all it is. So how is that interesting? How is that interesting, man? It doesn't interest me, so I'll never know. A big fat C, don't even care about this match whatsoever. Bravo and Rayo Americano, Pete Dunne, and entire big guy, but like, who the fuck cares, bro? Who generally cares? Do you, man, right next to me, am I right? No, you don't, obviously. That's what I thought. A big fat C, obviously. But on to AJ Lee. Hit the ring to discuss her upcoming match with Becky Lynch, her ring defense to be Women's Intercontinental Champion, which had championship at the Elimination Chamber. She called out Lynch, and she came out, obviously. Lynch announced that the idea, by the way, I forgot to mention this, that Becky Lynch had like a Bexy Awards, what the fuck you call it, on Twitter and stuff like that. What is it, the Bexy Awards and stuff like that? Becky obviously won like 11 of those awards, obviously. That was by far those are the best awards in my, not even close. It's better than the Wrestling Observer Radio awards they gave us in 2025. Well, it's definitely better than that shit. Give you that. Definitely way better than that Bexy Awards or the Wrestling Observer Radio awards to say it was Dave Meltzer Company to say at least. Whatever. So Lynch she lead dared Lynch to join her into the ring, even offering to her the first shot. But Lynch ran out, leaving an arena full of fans of booing. And that's basically the segment, man. That's basically the freaking segment. Finally, another freaking letdown, man. It's a C+. This is an AJ Lee and Becky Lynch match, so for the first time one-on-one ever. You would think you put some interesting storylines involved with this. What does Triple H decide to do? He puts basically the most anticlimactic, like fucking worst build I've ever seen for a potential dream match with this. Like, why would you? Who cares? I love AJ. I love Becky. I love both those lovely ladies. What the fuck are we doing here, man? Why is the first one-on-one match happening in the Chamber? I don't care if it's in Chicago or not, or AJ's. She's not from Chicago. She's from New Jersey. As I looked it up on the podcast, I told you already the facts there, obviously. I go check to the podcast a couple times ago. Or LimitsCenter, you get the point. She's not from Chicago. She's from New Jersey. I looked it up live on record. I knew she was not from basically Chicago. She was from New Jersey. So why the fuck are you just basically saying that she's from Chicago? Whatever, bro. Whatever. But you get the point. This is disappointing as shit. I mean, I would love this match. But we've seen in the past, like it's probably the same outcome of AJ Lee winning the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And tapping out Becky for a third time with the Black Widow. This would never happen when it's a Chamber or WrestleMania. You get the point. But even that's the case. Why would you have this involved for the first match being in Chamber? Was Becky going to sneak out a victory, or for the first time ever against AJ, or is it Becky going to be DQ, or whatever? I would hope so. She actually wins. I love AJ Lee. One of my favorites of all time. My first favorite, other than Nikki Bella. Because I always prefer Mercedes Moné, obviously came along. You get the point. But still, like, what are we fucking doing here? This is now you should be doing for an epic dream match one-on-one with this shit. With AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. That should not be happening. That's Triple H for you. People want to blame AJ Lee's schedule and stuff like that, but still, no. You can't blame that. In that case, blame everything that Roman Reigns is doing. You blame him for his storytelling? No. Some of you people do, which I don't blame you. But still. Most of you people don't blame Roman. Or you don't blame Roman, you blame the booker. When it comes to a woman, though, you blame AJ Lee. Come on, people. Come on. But this kid, you're not enjoying this people whatsoever. At least AJ went back to back on Raw in the last 2 weeks. That was the last time Roman Reigns done that. Probably not since like 2 years ago, honestly. Feels like. But still. This gets a C+. And Seriously. What are we doing with this? This could be a realistically main event WrestleMania main event level match here. And you're basically building this up to be something barely worked with Black Backlash build here. That is freaking terrible from Triple H. So that is just awful booking there, to say the least. But it is what it is. This is a C+ to say the least. Moving on to your main event here. Javon Evans defeats Gunther and Dominic Mysterio, the reigning defending WWE Men's Intercontinental Champion, in the main event to qualify for a 2026 Men's Elimination Chamber match. It's kind of funny with Triple H here, though. After the podcast LimitsCenter yesterday for February 16th of 2026, go check that out. I discussed Kevin Nash and his comments about Javon Evans on his podcast. And now, obviously, the Raw, the night of, obviously, Javon Evans picked up a win. That is kind of freaking funny to me. Maybe Triple H just said, fuck you, Kevin Nash. I don't fucking know, obviously. I don't even know. He's probably that petty, honestly. He could be that petty. But then again, Javon Evans is freaking great. So he's probably the right outcome here, obviously, too. You know, you had to pin the Intercontinental Champion. Kind of a stupid decision there. Probably when some of Dom versus Javon Evans match for your IC titles or something like that down the road. Probably before WrestleMania. Let's just be in a WrestleMania match at all. So this was a pretty good match. So if you give us to be tied for the best grand of the show. At least it's in the main event with the freaking Vision bullshit. At least in the main event with that shit. Then again, they started the show with that. So if it's not main event, they're starting the show. That's freaking boring. It is what it is. This match is pretty freaking good, though. I like this match quite a bit between Javon Evans, Gunther, and Dominic Mysterio. Probably the best triple threat match you've seen. The women's, the Elimination Chamber qualifying match, if you ask me. I enjoy this match a lot better than the other ones. And this gets a B. But as for your overall show, great for Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Snore Raw. February 16th of 2026 is a C+. Not a great show, however, though, for Monday Night Raw at all. As you head towards Elimination Chamber soon enough, WrestleMania. Terrible show if you ask me from Monday Night Raw, as always. For the most part, and sometimes put up a good show. And other times, even more normal shows like this dog shit show, obviously. It is what it is, to say the least. That is your Monday Night Raw February 16th, 2026 review on this podcast. Moving on to your news. Let's two repeats of news here, so I'll get on out of it for today's podcast. Rusev explains why he returned to the WWE in 2025. Rusev spoke about his decision to return to WWE during an interview on Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Obviously, this interview was today. Just for Martin, obviously. Rusev, knowing that he wanted to compete against the stacked roster and participate in international tours, were primary factors in his comeback. Rusev returned to the company on April 21st of 2025 episode of Monday Night Raw. Obviously after WrestleMania 41. Monday Night Raw appearing after the first time it was an attack on the Alpha Academy. Otis and Akira Tozawa, obviously. He says, and I quote, I wanted to wrestle. I wanted to mix it up with the best. I know that the roster is stacked. I don't remember the last time it was this stacked. But I just wanted to mix it up with everybody. And I wanted to wrestle more and more. And all these European tours and everything. I love that, all that. I love the grind, Rusev said. Rusev described his appreciation for traditional professional wrestling schedule. He recalled the early days of his career, which involved traveling 5 days a week and driving long distances between towns. Rusev stated that this demand routine is to help performers improve their craft and that he missed the grind during his time away from the company. Missed the grind. They're going to take a cheap shot at Will Ospreay and praising Triple H. There you go, Rusev. There's something to just keep cheap shot at Will Ospreay. There's not, you probably didn't think of that at all, but I'm just saying for a second. That's what I thought of. Basically, he says in a quote, basically when we first started, we were 5 days on the road. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You go home on Wednesday. You're out on the road again on Friday. That's just how life was. As hard as it was. It's just how you get better, but just by putting in the work. Because every day you work different towns, you travel. Now the people can only hear that you be like, oh really, that's what it was. It was so cool wrestling, getting between up, or being beaten up, getting the rental car, driving 3 hours to the next town getting the hotel, waking up, working out, and doing the same thing. Makes you feel like a real professional wrestler. I miss the grind. Here we go. Non-cheap show, Will Ospreay, Rusev explained. Obviously, I'm just joking with the Will Ospreay comments. I'm joking with that, obviously. It must be, like, must love Triple H, honestly, because they love you gotta do the grind in WWE, you gotta do the grind and stuff like that. I mean, a long time ago, he said that shit was he was stupid for that comment. Because now, like, if he pitched to another cheap shot at AEW, it's pissing on t-shirt company, man. So he loves to call it AEW and Tony Khan and stuff like that. But realistically, is he wrestling more? The question is he really wrestling more? Rusev, I mean by this. Because last time we seen him, like, was this last year? Was the last time it's now a tournament with John Cena's tournament to determine his final part of Saturday night's main event? For Saturday, December 31st of 13th of 2025. I think this was the last time we saw him was losing against Jey Uso. So how's that really the grind there, Rusev? That's not really a grind if you ask me, man. But that's just me. I didn't mind what he said here at all. I understand his comments. He's not really used properly in AEW. But then again, a stack, right? He says he wants to wrestle a stack roster. AEW is a more stack roster than WWE. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a discussion here to say. That's my thoughts on this for sure, if you ask me. Moving on to an update on Bianca Belair and her surgery and stuff like that. Bianca Belair undergoes her surgery for a broken finger. One of my favorite small professional wrestlers, I've missed Bianca Belair. My second favorite women's wrestler behind Mercedes Moné. Bianca Belair has undergone successful finger surgery to address a long-standing injury. Belair has been silent in ring action since WrestleMania 41 in April of 2025, obviously, where she broke her finger in 3 places during a triple threat match for a WWE Women's World Championship between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Belair took to Instagram stories today, February 17, 2026, obviously, to share an update on her first morning of her recovery process. The post included details about the early start and rehabilitation program following the procedure. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to guess this. What hour should you start off? Here, 3, 2, 1. 7 o'clock in the freaking morning, man. She started this at 7 a.m. Let's just right now. 7 a.m. therapy first day after surgery. Now, why it has to be at 7 a.m.? Belair shared to her followers. Gee, I'm asking the same question, Bianca. That is freaking crazy. 7 a.m. you have to get up after surgery? That is fucking insane, bro. I don't know if they doubt she had to schedule this herself, because obviously she's confused with this. But still. I wish that woman all the best, man. She deserves it, obviously, on her surgery and stuff like that. I miss Bianca daily, man. She's going to suck to see her and miss WrestleMania 42. My God, that SmackDown Women's Division desperately needs that mega star Bianca Belair is. Let's look at it. She has no competition with Jade Cargill. No competition. I mean, then she gets Charlotte for WrestleMania, but that's not Bianca Belair, so that's fine, dandy. What happens after that? What is it? Charlotte win the championship? I don't think that should be happening. I love Charlotte, but still. What, is Bianca going to come back and then beat Jade at SummerSlam and stuff like that? I don't even know how that's right. God knows at this rate, man. It sucks. I hope to see that woman back sooner or later. That woman's too freaking great and phenomenal to be on the sidelines all these months. We're just a freaking finger, man. In the grand 3 places you broke with the fall re-ripping on the top rope and stuff like that. That just definitely sucks, man. That is sucking. No Rhea Ripley's like that. The smallest woman, to say at least. She's not the biggest at all, but still. I wish Bianca Belair all the best in the world of Sally. She definitely needs that. It's a solid evening. I hope to see her back sooner, much rather than later, obviously. Rather not later, obviously, you get the point. Wish her all the best and keep updating her going forward if you ask me. Big fan of Bianca. Love her dearly, to say the least. Miss her a lot, to say the least. And finally, for your LimitsCenter podcast for Tuesday, February 17th of 2026, the lovely Liv Morgan. Discuss Liv Morgan. Oh, by the way, I mentioned this during the Raw review segment, or Raw review earlier today's podcast. Liv Morgan was stuck crying, basically, backstage. Basically, like, stuff about what Stephanie McMahon said to her and stuff like that. I know, trust me, I know Liv's a heel, and she plays a great heel role, obviously, and just stuff like this. But what the fuck kind of booking is that? Because Stephanie McMahon hurt Liv's feelings, she started crying. That sounds just freaking ridiculous. That just sums up the bill of Liv and Stephanie Vaquera at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship. That sums it up. Like, what the fuck are we doing with that, man? That just sounds freaking just ridiculous. We're not going to discuss that, I'll say, but the promos on that show from Monday Raw were just fucking god awful, honestly. That's my opinions on that. But starting with finishing off with Liv Morgan, lovely Liv Morgan discusses online criticism. Liv Morgan meant no disrespect with her recent comments about dealing with online criticism. When asked earlier this month how she handles critics, given that she is such a large following on social media, obviously, Morgan said that unless you're her boss, she doesn't really care what you have to say, either positively or negatively. Don't blame her, honestly. She expanded on those comments during her appearance on the Battleground podcast, clarifying that she does care about the W fans. She just understands that not everyone is going to like everything, which is definitely true. A lot of people just like either hate the product, just hate the product, or love the product, just to love the product for no reason. That's not to say I don't care about my supporters or the people that watch the product, Morgan said, but pertaining to online criticism, yeah, I do not care. I don't care about what you have to say. I care about, obviously, what Triple H thinks, my boss, my producers, my peers involved, and whomever I'm seeking guidance for or advice for the fact. And that could be various people or no one, end quote. Morgan, knowing that she views personal taste as a subjective factor, she compared her situation to Pacific Fruit to illustrate that high quality performance will still have its detractors. You compare it to fruit. It's interesting there, Lev. Very interesting. So it says, and I quote, but yeah, I just feel like what is that saying? It could be the yummiest, juiciest, most delicious peach in the world. Oh, God. No, don't discuss peach, no, Liv. I hate peaches as a fruit, honestly. I fucking hate peaches, man. They are disgusting, in my opinion, but that's just me. But there's still someone that doesn't like peaches. Hey, like me. And that's okay. Why, thank you, Liv. I appreciate that. I don't care. Well, gee, I don't know if I like you now. I'm just joking, obviously. Not out of disrespect, which I just don't care. Just because I understand that not everyone's going to like everything. So I'm okay with that, Morgan stated. Definitely fair comments if you ask me from her. That's definitely fair and stuff like that. So I don't like peaches. I don't like a lot of different other fruits and stuff like that. Those are just examples. So I'm in all seriousness. I get what she's saying here, most definitely. But that is something like that's very interesting. It's about becoming a professional wrestler. It remains to be seen with stuff like that. I'm just not really interested in the Stephanie Vaquera match with Liv Morgan and stuff. That match can be great on paper. That's like a semi-worthy WrestleMania, obviously. But still, like, what are we doing with that bill is beyond me. With the crying stuff on Raw this past week, like, my God, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? And it's unbelievable. We're doing this most of this WrestleMania build, if you ask me. Not only just to Liv and Stephanie, if you ask. It's the whole WrestleMania build as a whole. Freaking ass backwards, if you ask me. But it is what is enough wrestling talk to say at least. That is your LimitsCenter podcast, your Tuesday, February 17th of 2026 on Lucas C. Allen 1080 on YouTube. And all audio platforms, Lucas C. Allen Show. Thank y'all for watching LimitsCenter for your Tuesday, February 17th of 2026 on YouTube and all audio platforms, Lucas C. Allen Show at YouTube, me and Lucas C. Allen 1018. I'll catch y'all, hopefully, knock on wood, on the second channel, Lucas C. Allen, tomorrow. More content about me reacting to Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana 20th anniversary show. All confirmed, to say the least. For March 24th, 2026 on Disney+. Man, I can't wait to discuss that, man. I'm gonna die to discuss it as the news came out, man. You know me, I'm a big Miley fan. The two favorite women in the world for wrestling and pop culture music, to say the least, is Mercedes Moné and Miley Cyrus. So I can't wait to discuss that. It's stuck in channel Lucas Young, to say the least. You're gonna be able to join me on that channel, to say the least. You'll subscribe to it and be notified of that channel, to say the least. So you don't miss any uploads, to say the least, on that channel. But until next time on this channel, all audio platforms, Lucas Young Show. Peace and love, alright? I am out. Take care. Love you all big time, to say the least.